Tre Lovell is my guest. He's an entertainment corporate attorney with the Lovell firm. He's in Los Angeles today, but following this closely as well. Okay, Stormy Daniels up on the stand here. Your thoughts on what we've heard so far and the implications, significance really, Tre, for Donald Trump here.
Well, the importance of Stormy Daniels is really to give credibility to the fact that she had the affair. It was a hush money, which goes to the heart of what the prosecution is trying to prove. They're going into some pretty specific detail about the affair in that evening with Trump, probably a little more so than they need to. But I think they want to just support her credibility. But other than that, she's not going to really be able to testify in terms of how it was recorded in the books and anything with Michael Cohen in terms of his relationship and discussions with Trump. So it's kind of limited to just establishing that she had the affair, which promulgates the whole hush money scheme.
We know that, paying somebody off to keep quiet, Tre, might be sort of unseemly, but it's not technically illegal, is it?
Not at all. The non-disclosure agreement, which is what this is, happen every day in entertainment and business, throughout the United States and the world. It's not unusual at all. It's legal, and in many ways, it's necessary, which I think is one of the problems with this case. They're trying to take, two legal acts, which is the entering of the non-disclosure agreement, as well as this catch and kill scheme that David Pecker testified to, and kind of to contort them together and come up with a felony. And that's been the real challenge the prosecution has, because on its face, the non-disclosure, the hush money, it's a completely legal document, a legal act.
Yeah, so what does that mean? Because I know that there are those who say this is kind of weak, weak sauce, so to speak, for the prosecution here, Tre.
I think it's a very tough case for the prosecution. First of all, they're saying that the records were falsified. Well, we have a discrepancy between the Stormy Daniels payment of $130,000 and the $420,000 that went to Cohen. We saw somewhat of a breakdown of that yesterday, but that did, to me, include attorney's fees, legal expenses. So at least part of that payment was to Cohen for the legal work that he did. So the question is, well, if it was indicated in the records as legal expenses, is that necessary or false? And the second thing is they're having a tough time tying Trump to the way it was entered in the book, because in order to convict him of a misdemeanor, they need to show that Trump knew or directed the way that these was inputted in the books, and they can't get there yet. So I think it's going to be Cohen that they're going to try to establish that through, and then it's going to be a he said.
Yeah. Tell me as well about Trump speaking out, attacking witnesses and jurors and the judge and other things. I mean, he's gotten into a lot of trouble over that, now been threatened with jail time as well. Do you see that as being enough to try and rein in the former president in terms of what he says?
I think so. I mean, they found about 10 instances where he had violated the gag order, and Marchand was pretty sincere when he said, "Listen, you're getting to the point where I may have to incarcerate you. I don't want to do it. You're a former president. You may be the next president. All the mechanics of having to do that. But please don't push me there." And I think Trump, he's gonna mellow out a little bit on that. I think he doesn't want to push it. But I think the chances of Trump ever being incarcerated are really, really slim. It just, this is a political trial in many ways, and that would just take the politics to a level that nobody would want to see. It's certainly not the Democrats.
Tre Lovell joining us from Los Angeles. He is an entertainment and corporate lawyer. Good to see you, Tre. Thanks for taking time for CTV. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll keep our eye on what's going on there in New York City.